Hello and welcome back to my channel, Craft Time by Casey. I am Casey and today we are going to be working with both of the bead boxes that came from Potomac Beads for the month of January 2023. Now, I have made all the patterns that came in the kit edition, and I'm going to be making a pair of earrings from the treasure edition. I'm super excited to show them to you and give you my thoughts on it. So if you would like to see how these things come about, then stay tuned. So here is the one earring that I made using the treasure edition for the bead box, and we're going to be making the other one together. So I'm going to start off with the tools that I will be using. I have 2 sets of chain nose pliers, 1 set of round nose pliers, and 1 set of cutters. And I want to briefly mention my tool set. It is the Casual Comfort tool set. And I mention this tool set all the time, and as the name suggests, they are so comfortable to use. A lot of times in the store, for whatever reason, a lot of tool sets for jewelry making will be this size. They come a little bit smaller. And of course, they're functioning. They definitely work. But when I found this set, I have to say, I just can't imagine using anything else. The grips on this are so comfortable to use, and they just feel like they are high quality. So I will have this tool set linked down below along with everything else in the video that I use that did not come from the bead boxes. So I'm going to start by making the fringe components at the bottom and then the 2 components here at the top, and then we'll put everything together. I will link below the opening video that I did for both of the Potomac bead boxes, and it will give you an in-depth description of each one of the beads that I use. And from my own stash, I'm using an ear wire and a couple pins and of course some jump rings. I will also be using this connector. So I'm going to start with a ball and pin. So here is the combination, and here's how I make a loop. So I'm going to take my round nose pliers and I'm going to go just above that top bead, then bend it back with my fingers, and then go in with my cutters. And then you have the beginning of a loop. So now I'm going to go in with my round nose pliers once more and close that loop, just like that. So now, as you can see, you need to make 3 more just like this. All right, so now we have the 4 fringe across the bottom. Now we need the 2 at the top. So I'm using an eye pin, and I'm simply adding 1 4mm pearl bead that came in the box. And I want the loops on this one to be facing the same direction. So I'm going to make sure I hold this straight across so that it's lined up correctly. And I'm going to go in again just above that bead, bend it back with my fingers, go in with my cutters. As you can see here, these are connected to this connector. So I'm going to go ahead and connect that to one of the hearts in the connector, and then I'm going to go in and close that loop. Just like that. And now we're going to do the exact same thing on this one right next to it. So just like that. Now we're going to connect the fringe across the bottom. I have my 4mm jump rings. I'm going to open it and then just 1 across each one of the holes in the connector. So I'm going to start with this one on the side and then connect the component. Close the jump ring. Take the next jump ring, open it. I'm going to put it through the bottom part of that heart-shaped part of it. Just like that. Add the fringe, close that jump ring. So there's 2. We're going to add the other 2 to the other side the same way. All right, so there's the 4 fringe, the 4 components across the bottom. So now we're going to add the ear wire to the top. So I have a 6mm jump ring, open it, and I'm going to connect it to both of the top loops of the components with just the pearl. And while I have it open, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the ear wire and close that jump ring. So here is the pair of earrings that I made using the treasure edition of the bead boxes. So now we will move on to the patterns in the kit edition. So the first pattern that I made was the Herringbone Crystal Rivoli Bezel, just like this. And the cool thing about the kit edition is that it comes with everything that you need for every pattern, including the needles, the thread, all of the beads. It comes with everything. So here is mine. And as you can see, it's pretty close. I feel very strongly that the pattern was easy to follow. The very detailed pattern in here, step by step. The one part that I messed up, if you want to talk about going straight by the pattern, but I don't think it looks bad. I misread the pattern right here where it talks about attaching it to the seed beads. I attached it to the seed beads in front and again to the seed beads in back. But the way it was supposed to go, if you look on here, everything is attached to the back. So it's attached to the seed beads on the back both times for the bail. But I truly don't think that it detracts from it at all. I think this is absolutely beautiful. I love, love, love that Rivoli in the center. And that's what it looks like in the back. This one is super nice. And the directions were super easy to follow. On to the next one. So the next pattern that I did was the 3-drop twisted herringbone rope necklace. Again, came with everything. And here is mine. Some of the pros to this necklace would be it was super, super easy. The pattern was just incredibly easy to follow, super repetitive, meaning it was just kind of doing the same thing over and over and over until you get the length that you wanted. And that part of it made it super easy. And I really like these kind of hidden, but not so hidden little gems, the little bicones that you were supposed to put in there every so often. It didn't really call for anything, any specific point, just kind of as you wanted to put them in. So I put one in about every 1.5 inches or so, 1.5 to 2 inches. So it ended up looking really nice. I like those. On to the next one. So the last pattern that came in this kit was this Hugs and Kisses bracelet. So once again, of course, all of the patterns from now on come with all of the materials. That's the beauty of the new bead boxes that they have. So here is mine. This bracelet was super, super quick. This one didn't take very long at all. Again, super simple, a repetitive stitch going through it. So that was one thing that I really, really enjoyed about this one. I did change just a little bit how they connected on the clasp, the toggle clasp. You can see how they have the 2 stitch right there, ladder stitch. And I just decided that I wanted one of the bicones that are throughout the bracelet. I just added one. So I had a slight switch there at the end, but that's one of the awesome things about these patterns is you can tweak them a little bit and make them your own. So super cute, super easy to make. The pattern was very, very easy to follow. Really, really enjoyed this one, and this one is very repeatable. So you could make several of these in not a lot of time. So on to my final thoughts. All right, so here is everything that I've made so far from the kit edition and the treasure edition from Potomac Beads. And one thing that's really cool about it is the amount of beads that you get in there. Here are the leftover seed beads that I have from making these patterns. And I have to say, I absolutely love it. I mean, it's way more than enough to make several projects with each one of these colors. So the amount of beads that you get is not simply just enough to make the patterns. It's enough to make the pattern and quite a bit more, as you can see here. And then, of course, in the treasure edition, I have a ton more left. I plan on making several more projects out of this, so I'm super excited about it. So my final thoughts on these, I think the patterns are super easy to follow, and I think these earrings that I made from the treasure edition are super cute. They were quite easy to make. And if you are interested in receiving the Potomac bead boxes, either one of them, or like me, you want to receive both of them, then I will have all of the information in the description box below. I highly encourage you to use my link to get yourself over to their website, and you can check out the bead boxes for yourself. And you can just check out their website. They have so many beautiful, wonderful things that you can purchase. I have placed many orders from their website. So if you like this video and you want to see other videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and give me a like. Leave a comment. I absolutely love reading my comments. You guys are so kind, and I definitely look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.